Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jamaica Politics Uncovered. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Guys, I'm going to ask you to please give the live a thumbs up. If you are just joining the live, make sure you give that thumbs up and make sure you please share it so that we can get talking. So, a few subscribers asked me a while ago because I shared a video brief video about interesting time, this interesting time period in Jamaica where FINSAC happened. So I've had a few people email to say, what role did Mark Golding play in FINSAC? So I wanted to bring that here. So for the sake of informing the people and everything, I'm going to ask you to share the live, let the people get here so that we can get talking. This is a very important topic, guys. Let us not keep this information to ourselves. Send a live, go give somebody, and come back and let us get into it. So let me see who they here now. Welcome on stage, our biggest YouTube celebrity, Papa Jesus. You know who are the biggest YouTube celebrity me here? Everybody I talk about? Liz. Everybody I talk about Liz. Yes, man. Hi, Sharon. Good afternoon. Good evening, Elijah, NC, Marianne, Real Talk. Good night, everybody. Carlton, big up yourself. Electro, Helen, all I know. Welcome back. It's a new week, guys. Boy, the weekend them run off fast, don't it? FinSAC is like yesterday. Can't forget any of the details. The wickedest act in Jamaica's financial history. It is. And you know, a gentleman called me a few days ago, and he told me that he was a victim of FINSAC. Yes, politician too. He tell me say he was a victim of FINSAC, and it was horrible. You know, some people. I mean, some people don't make it out alive, guys. It wasn't just a financial assault. It wasn't just a criminal activity. It was a psychological assault and attack on the Jamaican people. But we'll get into it. Make sure so now share up the live, invite the people in, let them know that we're here, and make sure that you are giving the live a thumbs up. All right. So let's give that a minute and then we'll come back. Let me get my stuff here, my phone. Guys, if you're just now learning this information, let me tell you, we have a phone line right here. So tonight, I'll wait there. Here's the phone number. You can call in. And I have been so generous. We use it on Saturday. And I have been so generous just letting people talk. And somebody said to me, say, when the people them come on, give them 2 minutes. Because I don't like chasing people away, you know. But for the sake of being, conservative with time, it's a good idea. So if you call, guys, just be a little considerate, knowing that we can't really stay out here 2 hours. Because me personally, me not go back and watch nobody live for 2 hours because I just don't have the time. So when people want to come back and replay my shows, me not really want them replay it back for too long. So if you call, say what you have to say in about 2 to 3 minutes, and let somebody else call in. So that's where we're at with that. So when you type in the comments and let me know, what do you know about FINSAC? What do you know about FINSAC? I'm sure everybody on this live is old enough to have heard about FINSAC, even if you were not a victim. Even if you were not a victim of FINSAC, you must have known something about FINSAC. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. So even if you were not are you on another channel? I have a backup, but I'm not broadcasting on another channel, Sonia. So even if you have not been a victim of FINSAC, yes, me Marian me ear. The man a lose him mind. Poopa Jesus. That's why I say um tomorrow night, me go tell Andrew Olis and the rest of people them in the country, whether them PNP, JLP or no P, them have to go prepare themselves. I only don't laugh when me talk this. Them will have to prepare themselves for an insurrection, right? Just to be cautious. I'm gonna do a little short thing on it. We have seen some riots over the decades. We have seen some unrest, right? And at the rate these people are going, you hold on. Yeah, guys, over the years we have seen some unrest, some riots and everything like that. And we have seen in America, January 6th, those things are started by when people have a complete and total regard for election processes and stuff like that. It started at denying election. And they say it start, And then they get people riled up now and make the people them go and attack the people them. Eh? Yes. So me I do a look at something pan it and go through all of the unrest them over the years. What caused them and see how people react to things. And this is why when it comes down to propaganda, we have to be careful. When it comes down to information, people who are in power, what they do with information is very important, because even a simple thing as announcing false victory where nationwide is concerned, that could have caused some serious, stuff. So lost 1.5 million and was told my money is chump change. Oh my God, are you serious? Mm-mm. Good investigate work. Yes, good night, everybody. Yes, so we're going to talk a little bit about FinSAC. And for those of you who don't know, and if you know somebody that is younger than you, younger than me, be sure to share this with them when we're done, or share it with them now. Invite them over. So FinSAC came in the 90s, guys, and it is not one of, but is the most destructive financial collapse in the history of Jamaica, right? FINSAC happened under the leadership of P.J. Patterson. This man you're looking at right here, named Omar Davis. Omar Davis was the finance minister at the time. The problem with FINSAC was high interest rate, right? Impossible interest rates. And if you go back to that video I posted, it was too long to play here, but it's there. If you listen to the people, or the women, the host, and the victim of FinSAC talking, you would understand that these interest rates that were imposed on the Jamaican people, they were impossible. Nobody could have sustained that. So whatever they did to bring about that kind of high interest rate, I don't know if it was deliberate, because people can't wicked so. It was meant to wipe out these people, and that is exactly what happened. You have people who were living normal lives, businesses that were open almost 100 years, people in a them house, and they're told they have to leave now. Guys, the outcome of FinSAC was ruin, It was mass migration and it was people deading. Okay? So it was a very horrible thing. And when this started, and they knew it was happening and what people were going through, their conscience and their moral compass did not turn on to say, let us stop this. Let us stop this from happening. Let us stop the distress these people are going through. Nobody, not the Prime Minister, not Omar Davis, nobody there said, let us not continue with this. Let me show you a statement that was made by Carl Blight. You see this man here? This man named Carl Blight, the man in a white shirt. Carl Blight is also a victim of FINSAC, right? And during that time, he made this statement. And I don't want nobody come here so come think say a lie me I tell you know. When I come out, I can tell lie no, cause say Omar Davis admit there. Omar Davis apologized several times for it. So somebody writes say we messed up and say Carl Blight here, who gave an apology. Dr. Carl Blight, former cabinet minister in the PNP administration of the 90s, has accepted that his government should be blamed for the financial sector meltdown of the period. It says, where am I? I personally apologize to all those who may have suffered during this financial crisis. I further apologize for any mistake made by the government of which I was a part, which resulted in the suffering of any Jamaican. End of quote. According to Blight, the main problem was that the PNP administration, led by P.J. Patterson and Dr. Omar Davis, as finance minister, erred significantly in maintaining the high interest rate for much too long a period. Okay? So they acknowledged what they did. They knew they screwed up. But the thing about it is, their conscience was not present when the people were suffering and going through what they were going through. No, but none of them couldn't have little mercy. Right? And this lady here, named Valerie Dixon, she wrote a book. And guys, when you invest time, effort, and energy into writing a book, you don't just get up and write a book, especially if you do not have a career in writing, right? If you didn't start out as a writer, you're an author. No, you don't just get up and write a book. You write a book because you have something very important to say. And this lady, her book title is Too Black to Succeed: The FINSAC Experience. And when I first saw this title, I thought, okay, we live in Jamaica. 90% or more of us are Black people. So why would she pick such a title? Well, when I listened to her, she went to a presentation of some sort with her book, where she was trying to get people to understand what she was doing and, the public education that she was doing, and for her own healing. She was one of the people who lived in Manchester, Mandeville, where them come take her out her house, that she have to come out now, and she have to go, them even can't go one house where she's supposed to rent. She have to come out her house now. a house where she raised her family. Can you imagine? Hmm? So she wrote this book, Too Black to Succeed. I must say, what she mean by too black to succeed? Even if she fell victim to FINSAC, you know, what does she mean by too black to succeed? But then when she really go through it and going at the history of Jamaica, from colonialism, from the class of people who only they could have been in charge, before you have a man named PJ come by and say black man time now. When you really look at the history of it, and when you look at the true fact that there is classism, I understand why she felt that way. I understand why she felt that way. But then again, you could say, were there other people in Jamaica who fell victim to this, who did not look like her, I should say? You know? Were the class of people, what we call uptown people and elite people, did it happen to them too? You know what I mean? But aside from the title, without fixating on the title, what she explained that happened to her, it would bring you to tears, right? She had an interview with Kabu. I don't know if you guys know Kabu on IRI FM. She had an interview with Kabu and she explained that you can find the long version of this, but I'm just going to play a little bit of it for you. It's not that long.
To the Jamaican entrepreneurs, the black people in Jamaica who suffered so as a result of those of FINSAC and making peace with God and the ancestors.
So I came into the party through Dr. Omar Davis because I knew him in the financial sector, where I had been like one of the leading corporate lawyers in Jamaica and very involved in financial engineering. And so when he was Minister of Finance, a lot of the things that required industry input, I was one of the representatives of the industry that he would deal with. I got to know him through that. And that's how I got into the PNP, really, through.
So, if you want to hear Valerie, type in your search bar on YouTube something related to FINSAC and her name, or her and Kabu, and you will find the long form of the video. You will hear her interview with Kabu, and I strongly recommend that you listen it. If you can get her book and read it for yourself, I would recommend that too. The end part of the video, you heard Mark Golding. We're going to get to that. You heard Mark Golding said that how he came into the politics and how he came into the PNP was through Omar Davis. Through Omar Davis. And why did he come in the PNP through Omar Davis? He said that he was this financial guru, you know, he had this financial prowess, right? So he was probably advising Omar Davis during that time. The kind of financial things that Mark Golding is into, it has nothing to do with your average Jamaican. Okay? Because most Jamaicans don't even know him. Right? So whatever he was doing in the financial sector at that time, Omar Davis, Ben Chambati during that time, right? Advising Omar on the financial issues in the country, likely advised the high interest rate as well. And whatever he did, it was so significant that Omar Davis had to reward him, not just by bringing him into the PNP like he said, but by giving him the safest PNP seat in Jamaica. So what is it that Omar did a run a backdoor? Why Omar Davis had to give him such a significant reward? bring him into the PNP, him get for going at the Senate, and then before Omar Davis retired, he gave him that seat. CFA seat. And if you talk to people in jungle and you ask them about their member of parliament, they will tell you that he can't relate to them. They will tell you. Now, this is Omar Davis day before yesterday. Yesterday. The media asked him about his view on the local election. And hear what he has to say.
This one has a lot of signals to be seen. There is winning the division, the implications for this constituency, and then taking all of them implications in terms of, I think it's more like a referendum than a local government. But the response has been good. All you can do is keep it clean, work hard, and then hopefully.
So that's his opinion on the local election. Of course, he endorsed Mark Golding's presidency. Of course he did. After all, he brought him into representational politics, rewarding him after them cook up FINSAC against the Jamaican people. Mark Golding was a member of this bank here, DB&G. During Bunting and Golding, yes, the film name the last. So I know him create it. He was just a part of it. They like to take credit for people's stuff. But he was a member of this bank. During his brother where him go to school with Bunting and Golding. The three of them go to school together. And one look a sweet looking one. I look a sweet looking if you don't know what I mean. And him and Bunting in that sweet one. And Mark Golding did a run a something here, a bank here. And a lot of the people them property, a lot of the people them assets where they lose. A lot of the people them asset guys where they lose. And yes, so it go through. Yeah. So this FINSAC thing, what happened to the Jamaican people? Just happened because of one person. It's a group of them. PJ knew what was happening. And nobody seemed to have had a conscience at the time to say, listen, we need to stop this bleeding. And literally, when I say bleeding, literally, because you have people who analyze themselves, You have people who analyze themselves when they say they work hard. When they say they work hard and how much debt them in a people. When they say, they let down their family, or how they feel like they let down them family, them wife and them children. When you see them have to start beg all them friend, bus fare and taxi fare, and a people them with it independent, had their business going, had their homes, and them have to resort to a beg people, took away their dignity and everything. So some people either migrate. You hear Buju Banton say who can afford to run will run. But what about those who can't? You know what to those who can't? They either go unalive themselves, or depression take them down, or then come down with all kind of disease and illness. Right? Or they mad out. All sort of something happen to them. Right? All because of these people and their lack of conscience. So when you hear them come and beat them chest, I tell the people them say, oh, me don't make my money already. How do you think they make their money? How do you think they make their money? And how do you think? Why do you think they get rewarded? They get rewarded with seat, right? Them not coming at the politics because them have a passion to serve, and them having a love for the people, Them coming at the politics because them say them can make whole heap of money because of them cronyism and their nepotism. So, all right, wanna look on this. Wanna see anybody else who wealthy in Jamaica kill himself and kill people for coming to politics like them two people here? Wanna see anybody else in Jamaica where we call himself wealthy? Wanna see anybody else that kill himself and kill people for coming to politics? Why don't think they want to come back? Are the whole heap of money where they make already? The whole heap of money where they make already. Them know all the thing or them have them intention. Why don't think them come and I tell people say they win election and then don't win no election? A power then come out, they not come out nothing else people. I would have never come out here and tell you no life on them people, yeah. They make their money already now. But they still a come. They want more. Them want the politics and the leadership for them national profile and them international profile. Because them into a thing now when this bank is closed. Them sell it out to Scotia. So them have a thing now when they proven wealth. And this them a chairman and all kind of some over there. And them have their friend over there a wait for them get power. So the whole of them can go palav. So the whole of them can stand up on Jamaica people them head and use the fact that they are in a government to get their way wherever they go, to expand their businesses, their international profile, their profile throughout the region and throughout the world. So don't think for a minute that they're just here because they love people. They don't. They made a killing in the 90s. They made a killing in the 90s. I hear a woman say something when they were investigating the FINSAC something. And this woman say, you know who for name first she call? The woman read out something from the Bible. And the woman said Jamaica is not gonna better with them people here. She talk it. And she said there needs to be repentance. I know who for name she call for? She said the repentance need to start with bunting. God Almighty know. Let me see if I can find it. The woman said the repentance must start with bunting. Some of the people they are so scared to talk because they know that a lot of their assets were scraped up by politicians. Them no want to talk about who get their house. They don't want to talk because they're afraid, because they cannot believe all these people are wicked. You understand, guys? So when we hear Mark Golding, them talk about who is the illicit six and this and that and clean hands. Clean hands where? Be a blood upon their hand. Be a blood, their hand bloody. Because the people them were they hurt in the 90s. People them were they hurt. They not forget. Where the woman, let me see if I can find the woman who say, bunting for repent. When she talk about FINSAC and where she lose. Hold on.
Don't know what we're talking about when we talk.
Ever since then, well, on the guys, sit here.
Require that we step out of our partisan bunkers and state the facts as they exist. Recognize that there are solutions and have the courage of our conviction to really put the country first. If we look back at the great famine that came on the land in the days of King David, 2 Samuel chapter 21, this famine came because King Saul had wickedly breached the covenant that the children of Israel had made with the Gibeonites. So God's hand was lifted up high concerning this matter. But the truth is, God had shown grace for many years as he waited for the leaders to rectify this wrong. The leaders did not straighten out the injustices. So God, who is just and keepeth the paths of justice, brought the famine on the land. King David, who was God-fearing, was not able to see why God's hand was lifted high. So he sought the Lord, and the Lord revealed to him the breach of the contract with the Gibeonites. God basically said, you have wronged the Gibeonites, and I have taken up their case because you will not give them justice. So give justice before I will give you relief. This is where Jamaica is now. They may get $1 zillion of IMF loans. Jamaica will never prosper. It will continue down the current slippery slope with disaster after disaster that will not stop until our leaders recognize their evil ways and surrender this country back to God. Peter Bunting somehow probably recognizes this, and probably he needs to be the one to start the course of repentance. But my brothers and sisters, hold on to your faith in Almighty God. Justice will not be denied us. I know that for sure. There are...
You hear what the woman say, guys? You hear what she say about Bunting? When type yes in the comment if you hear what that woman they just say about Bunting. Right? So the people them not get justice all now. I know the people not get justice, you know. I know them people here don't get no justice. So we talk about SSL. Of course, SSL is a criminal organization. It damn sure is. And if Bernie Madoff was in Jamaica, he would have gotten away. What going on over SSL is criminal. And not just Gene Panton alone must go to prison. The people who are the CEO and the directors over there, them know damn well what was going on, and they too must go to prison. But the truth of the matter is, what these guys did, what Omar Davis and them people here do, this is more large scale than SSL. Right? And want to see what happened over SSL. One local woman and take go lock her up. And she take the rap for everybody. But them one year, them get away with it. That's even Omar Davis now can come talk about referendum, about the local election. But me never hear him talk say, them win. He not talk say them win. These people, Proven has been around for some time. They're into real estate now too. And they are not only in Jamaica, but they're in Bahamas and other Caribbean countries. And these guys, them tick over there, right? So they want prime property, they want hotel chain, they want everything. They want to be they want to know be the boot steward of the region. To build up a big chain them. Cause them do apartment and them do all kind of thing, but they want the chain. Them want me read one article for me already, you know, that came from the Bahamas where they were. And in the article, the man say the guys them from Proven in Jamaica, they have big connection in politics. And them specifically name them. Them say Golden and they say Bunting. And this article was written in 2022. So them in a backdoor talk to the people, them tell them about them have power. Them powerful in Jamaica. You understand? Me nah hide and talk, and me nah put my mouth around and talk. Win, lose, or draw. It better Jamaica people them stick with Andrew Holness until better come. Me is not an Andrew Holness advocate. Andrew Holness and nobody can pay me if you come out as a contact or me want to talk say. But I am saying, when it comes down to right and wrong, as a patriotic Jamaican, them are people here, guys. They're not good. Look how them coming at the politics, at the destruction of others. Right? You hear the man talk out time out. Say Dr. Omar Davis, bring him in at the politics because he was the best corporate lawyer. He wasn't no best corporate lawyer. Nobody now talks about him. Nobody else in the entire Jamaica that talks him was the best corporate lawyer. I ain't one talk so. And he say, I saw him coming. Enough people think say, Portia bring him, and a Portia bring him in. Is this man here? And in talkie. The man bring him in at the politics to come reward him. Nothing no other reason. And not because he's a generous person when it comes on to donation. Remember, the political parties run based on donations, whether you're inside of the party or outside. People donate to political parties and they raise funds and so, and with membership and everything. And so they sustain. Anybody will tell us if you ask Mark Gordon for anything, him tell you to come with a business plan. He's not a giving person like that. So, and I like to Omar Davis bring him to the party to come be some kind of, donor or something. No. He was brought in as a reward for what them do and cook up FINSAC against the people. This is why now the clique. Michael Manley talk about the clique in Jamaica where they're hostile to change. Them don't want to change. And that's why the change that should have happened in the PNP with Lisa Hanna and other rest of people in there, who them not kick out, then tell lie upon and intimidate and character assassinate to keep themselves, to keep that clique, that elitist clique. And that's why the woman said, too black to succeed. Too black to succeed. PG and this clique. So them don't come about the masses of the people and what is right for the people. No, they don't. They only come to further fatten themselves. Mary Trump, the niece of Donald Trump, she's a clinical psychologist. She wrote a book and she spoke in the book. She said when she thinks about her uncle, the phrase too much and not enough comes to mind. Meaning that he's got all this wealth, all this gold, all this money, all this fame, but it's just not enough. He wants power and he wants more and more and more. So if you don't know about FINSAC, don't think that it was just something in passing in our history. FINSAC was a very devastating event in Jamaica. People suffered. I can't imagine right now somebody coming at my house can tell me, say, me have to come out now. Come out now. Me and them a fight. I'd rather move from out here and go to prison. Come out of your house now. So when you see the level of wickedness, and it never just happened to one or two people before them stop with the high interest rates on them. What they did was criminal. Absolutely no doubt about it. Okay? Let her reach out to my correspondent in Kingston, Liz, my walking encyclopedia, my walking library, I'm a historian. Liz? Hello, Liz.
Hello, good night.
Good night. How are you? Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Welcome. And good night to everybody listening.
Yes, so tonight, Liz, we're talking about a few subscribers wanted to know what role Mark Gordon played in FINSAC, and that's why I came with this topic tonight, because I posted a video at the start of Black History Month. I posted a video because, as you know, the title of Miss Valerie Dixon's book, Too Black to Succeed, the FINSAC Experience, she did things a few years back, during Black History Month, to express herself as the author of this book. So tell the people, please, what role did Mark Gordon play in FINSAC?
Okay, Mark Gordon was very, very, very significant. If the country or the persons listening, one of the key roles, there was a bank, Daring, Bunting, and Golding, DB&G. And that bank dealt directly with then Finance Minister Dr. Davis and Prime Minister. the government floated several bonds. And the major player in that buying of those bonds was DB&G Bank. The government, most of the government bank bonds business was with them. The chief financial negotiator in those processes for the DB&G with Omar Davis, government versus private sector, was Mark Jefferson Golding. There was a particular bond, government of Jamaica bond, that cost $70 million US. Mark Golding was able to negotiate it from Omar Davis at a price of $30 million US. So the country lost $40 million US. They took that bond to the United States or the international currency market, US dollar market, and they, what I'm saying, in the banking sector, the word was what, rinsing.
Mm-hmm.
And they earned $70 million for it. But the gist of the thing is, Mark Golding being the chief financial negotiator, then Omar Davis bought it back. The Minister of Finance bought it back. Remember now, it's valued $70 million in the onset.
Mm-hmm.
It was sold to them for $30 million US. So the country lost $40 million US on the first sale. Then they rinsed it and they floated it on the financial US dollar market, earned $70 million. So 70 and 40, they earned $110 million of that particular bond at that period. Omar Davis, shockingly, this wasn't the country was never known, and the ladies right. I don't know if you wrote about, bought it back for $90 million US. That triggered a serious financial US dollar shortage. And so the other banks now, having heard of the deal, started to try to cash in and get a part of this pie. But unfortunately, some of them went under, many businesses went under, because at that point now, because of that rebuy at $70 million US, $90 million US, sorry, the interest rate to save themselves, and if you all recall, almost 500,000 savers, pensioners, etc., almost was Mark told Omar to make the banking sector crash so that all of those savings would go under. And Dr. Peter David Phillips had to say, no, in the cabinet meeting, no, Jesus Christ, the whole country will burn down, the people will burn down, the riot, give the people back their principal savings and promise them that maybe at a later date, we will get the interest that we usually get in your savings in the bank, and that is where the interest on savings died. But the interest rate at that point was recommended like from 5% to 50% on the businesses, and many businesses crash went under because Mark Golding advised the then finance minister to do so. Then, because of the killing them, the three of them became billionaires, and the statement out that came out to the public thoroughfare via the FINSAC, what happened to the people, the business community, and the pensioners, etc. in FINSAC, they said, one, they would run the country. That is in the night. When they made that killing, they then declared that they would run the country. So the powering of the dream started. Bunting Prime Minister, Mark Golding Minister of Finance, and Dering would be in charge of telecommunications. He was the first one. Dering was the first one sent to attack Lisa, because Lisa was asked to join them. And Lisa said, no way in hell. This is terror. And as I said, they hated Dr. Phillips because Dr. Phillips actually saved the financial sector by telling them, no, you can't make it crash. That is thousands of lives, 500,000 going on to 1 million lives will be affected. You can't do that. The whole country, financial sector gone. And Dr. Phillips rescued the financial sector, and they hated him from that day. The same five, the 3 in the bank and the 2 Minister of Finance and then Prime Minister. That is Mark Golding's significant role. He was the chief financial negotiator between the government of Jamaica, then Minister of Finance, and the bank DB&G. And they got most of the bonds to buy.
So Liz, when the woman say, I played a recording here where a woman did a press conference with an attorney back in the 90s where she was a victim of FINSAC. When you hear she said Bunting must repent and them sitting there, what do you think she talk about?
Yeah, because in the business circle at that time, you know, because of how they treated Blaze Bank, Cauldron Bank, the Ferguson's mother, father and daughter, black people them. They got jail time, you know, because they were trying to rescue themselves, and I don't remember what the deal they made. They got jail time. They went, father and daughter got jail time.
Mighty God.
Piranha, the terminology piranha was put on Bunting's back because he's vicious in the financial sector. He was the one. People house. I suspect that the lady house in Mandeville is one of what they got and where they build the Airbnb now that they have in Mandeville. They all the way they put in the 2000 here when they went after Dr. Phillips, you know. They opened the housings, the Airbnb that they built. They were the ones who raised the price of one bedroom for $32 million. That is who they're dealing with. So
what they call him? They call him piranha.
Yeah, the piranha in the 1990s when the FINSAC situation for the business community. I learned that from friends of mine who was in the business community. Even members of persons who was won as councillors, you know. In the present crop, they went under their homes. Persons they survived by the mercy of God and family. You have persons, you have sitting council right now, but they don't want to talk. They want, you know. It was called the piranha.
Can I tell you, say a man called me last week. And say he's a silent listener. And he might tell me say he was a victim of FINSAC. Him, by the grace of God, him could have come back on him feet. You understand?
Bunting is called the piranha in the entire business sector. The piranha is called.
And even his own party member, like Carl Blight. Where them take from Carl Blight?
Well, Carl Blight lost a lot. House, other assets he lost, and trucks and other things, whole heap of things, land, whole heap of things. And therefore he had to in rally to as member of parliament, and due to the member of parliament, I think his brother or somebody at the time they owned CVM, because I think his family started CVM, and I don't remember. I think they got caught in the custody that they had to sell it. It was a horrible, man. It was worse than the Holocaust. But Bunting was stopped by the financial.
Where still is it? What? No, me not laugh. It was worse than the Holocaust. Jamaica Holocaust. Jesus, Father. No, man, people can't wicked, so. So, Liz, while all of them things are going, what was PJ saying? The people them never call out PJ and say, listen, your finance minister kill we out here.
Well, at the time, you know, the like persons, the pensioners, and you know, pensioners, most of them are on medication, and so them have diabetes, and them have to buy them medicine, food. The entire public, there was an emergency meeting when Dr. Phillips in the cabinet meeting stopped them from causing the financial sector to melt, to crash on the advice of Bunting and Golding. When he stopped that, he asked that they keep a meeting. A meeting was held at Stephanie Hall, Holy Childhood High School. And the thousands of savers, pensioners who would go under came, and Omar Davis told them that they would get back their principal money. So if you had $2 million in your account, you wouldn't get no interest now, but you would get your $2 million. So because of that, the country was centered on how they were going to recover their money and things like that. Central National Bank got caught up in idea. I forgot the name, the Pantan Bank, and several other small banks got crushed. So the focus of the persons, you know, your old and the professional earners and the other ones who start work and start opening an account and save, because the interest rate was good at the time. When all of that happened with that financial piranha style debacle, they were concentrating on getting the pensioners mainly to get back the savings so they could buy their medication, and some could keep them house, and you know. So the focus of the nation was on how to resolve it.
Okay.
And nobody ever pay attention to PJ and Omar Davis' vicious role in this whole thing with Mark Golding and Peter Bunting and Christopher Derry.
So Omar Davis was basically the facilitator. I reward
Yeah,
them with all kind of things. So it now, you know, see him come out and talk about the local election, but him not say Mark win.
no, him can't say Mark win. He never brought Mark either to South St. Andrew to for any political reason, you know. It was to cut the continuation because, as I said, Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, and Derring said when they became billionaires out of the old FINSAC thing, you know, billionaires. But when they achieved the billionaire status, the 3 pledge was made. It came to the public's attention. It flowed out. I mean, read everything. Mark Golding decided that he is going to be the best finance minister. And he also went on later to say he was going to be a greater finance minister than Peter Phillips. When him see the first little thing, the work area in Ron Leffy. Then he said Peter Bunting will be prime minister, powering the dream. And then Christopher Hearn will be in charge of the telecommunication ministry sector. So that is how they planned out they're going to take control of the country.
Then you know see during like how them come running but they want power now and mash down PNP and nearly kill Peter Phillips. You know see during follow them no. Is he
okay. When he realized coming now into the 2019-17, they asked him first to go in to Southeast Center and to topple Lisa because Lisa refused to participate with them in the Holocaust, that the financial Holocaust that they unleashed. When Christopher Derring now saw the trajectory after the 2019 how the attack on pay, because he was a true-hearted comrade. And when he saw the old debacle and how more ferocious Bunting and Golding became, he made a statement and it was in the papers. He backed out and said, no, I ain't taking this road with you guys. I am jumping ship. And he jumped off. He jump off and leave them. Jump off. He said, no, this, as I say, this second half here in the 2019, well, it started from 2014 coming down when them say Raymond, them cut Raymond throat, them cut, use the power work and them wife, and them cut Damien throat, and them cut young Hugo Cannon throat, and several other people's throat, them started getting rid of. When Derring saw the blood, the piranha, the real piranha Gold Bunting come out now, Derring said, no, he couldn't stomach it. He couldn't be the man that set the people in the gas chamber. So he run, he jump ship and leave the 2 of them.
Okay. I feel like say this is gonna need one part 2, you know.
Yeah,
this is gonna need one part 2 because them people here, them a walk a talk a bag of things like say them have integrity. They not know say the 90s was just where they, you know. People don't forget what they're doing, you know.
Just the other day.
And Mark Golding look like say he might get ignorant, you know. When him see say him now win the local election and I tell the people them both say him win and them something they like come see him and see him, you know, like he might talk, he must speak of Andrew Holness in a one way that it just sound like he's so angered, you know. He's this and he's that and he's not qualified to run again and he shouldn't run again and you know this and that, and I suspected some irregularities with the election, and me I say about Jesus Christ, this man you saying lose, man.
Yeah, no, because you see the fantasy, as I said, their behavior and the cold calculated Holocaust way that they crush the financial sector and buy up the smaller banks that them crush and they take for people house, take for people care. Some one man commits 2 man commit suicide, people end up on the street, how they treated the black majority in the businesses that was growing and coming on the small business banks that were black owned. Because of that, you know, I remember they said him Bunting would become prime minister. And Dr. Phillips spoke to it, you know. Dr. Phillips spoke to it, but the country, the people now pay attention. Jamaica must say thank you to Dr. Phillips for being in the cabinet at the time and save the country's financial sector. People don't know that this man should be a national hero. Anyhow, Dr. Phillips spoke to it and was telling the nation, this man, but Dr. Phillips don't speak with hostility and anger.
No.
But it measures his word. And I can't remember the year. I try and find the speech. Lisa also spoke to it and said, they are vicious, I should say, the long time Bunting them planet. So in this last half, you know, and the last part of them thing, because Country not get a prime minister at 66 come September. Golden a crumble. So them whole empire program has crumbled. It has crumbled, and it is obvious that he's not going to be prime minister and Golden is going to finance it and then we take control of the country. Because as I said, during jump the 1/3 gone, him jump leave them and him see where them heading and him sister them are head right over a cliff. I'm still a bunting on suicide watch. You understand?
Oh.
So the situation is that them, so that is why him carrying that tone. Him sound like him gonna pick up a gun and run out there for Andrew.
Yeah, that's why I tell Andrew them say them have to look on this thing and see. Me feel like say them to have one plan in case of an insurrection because them look like them must. None of them are gonna do it. Them are gonna set the Jamaican people. Some of the Jamaican, all of them are gonna follow them and do that. But they might get some of the Jamaican. It's like how they get the people them go protest for EOJ office, and the people them not do nothing different from how they normally do the election, you know. And then round up a couple PMP people, make them go protest for EOJ for what?
No, not. It was not. Those are not members of the People's National Party. You see that distinction there? We have a hell of a task, but we're up to it to clean up the situation. The truth is, those are persons. I think they come from South Central. They are risers. They were paid. In fact, South Central has maybe 30,000 voters. Mark Golden, since he has been placed over there by Omar Davis, cannot bring out more than 19. We count them on several occasions when me and Karen and Michelle buck them up. Anywhere we go, I will buck them up. 19. It dropped to 17 when Karen spoke to Sarah's appearance and stuff. But he has to pay them. And cannot bring out not even 100% from Annie. So trust me, the people them wise and the people them follow. Nobody now run go to go test Andrew. Let me tell you, him can't run out to go test Andrew.
Well,
insurrection. So
all right.
He want off and puff, but he not do it and him can. That is why the country now needs to understand who these two men are with Omar and PJ. Understand. PJ, part of it is the fact that what happened with the Shell waiver deal when he took the unilateral decision and Prime Minister Manley fired him. So he's on a revenge mission. But the FINSAC debacle was a holocaust on the financial sectors and savers that up to this day, banks has not paid.
Fully recovered. Any
interest and saving.
Well, we're a little bit past 8 o'clock, 1 hour. We're gonna try and pick up back on this one at that time, Liz. A year.
Fine.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Always ready and willing and able.
Yes, man. Thank you. Have a good. Yes. All right, guys. So we're kind of cut it off here so now. We'll try to follow up another time. Like I said, I don't want to run the live too long because I know that some people come back and watch it and things like that. If you are on live, please 862 uno give the live a thumbs up for me, please. That's the least uno can do over here. Uno I get good information. Uno I get nice, decent historical facts. Okay? Uno not get no baga over here, so. Go 1 more hour. Oh gosh, I can't. Yeah, guys. So thank you so much for joining. Today is Monday. Yeah, we got a few days ahead. Oh God. Let's see. One woman say somebody take her house. So the comment me I look for. Must have gone a long time. But yeah, guys, we're going to continue that topic here. You see them people here? Nobody not tell a lie upon them. Nobody just get up. Nobody just get up at 8 them and them something there. Right? These people do not come about the Jamaican people. We cannot be going 1 step forward and 10 step back. Them people are 10 step back. Right? Nobody not afraid of them because them are dopey bat. And that's why We can come talk the truth and talk what they are, and just know where I talk a good while now. Wanna make sure so now share this information. Them not come about the people. Jamaica people are tired of the brain drain, the wickedness. Them not have no say in a nothing at all. All these people are come to do a fatten themselves. You hear what they do? And how much money they get already, and then still I come back for more, and I come diss up people. I can't tell election people say then for them date and right at them win election and all them something there. Wanna see what they do to the one little opposition party in Jamaica. Wanna see what they do to it, right, guys? So make we pick up back on this another time. Tomorrow, I want to show you the over time in Jamaica, the history in Jamaica of unrest for one reason or another. You know, whether it be the unrest that took place at UWI, whether it be the gas riot, you had so many different unrest in Jamaica for different reasons. And I feel that when people are going to undermine our electoral process and system to suit themselves, you hear what the journalists in the country had to say. You hear what Dion Jackson Miller said, one of the most veteran journalists in the country, how uncomfortable she felt, pressured she felt to change the way that she's reporting on the election, right? So I consider these guys to be a threat to our country. And I think when they set out to make people go against EOJ and those people, yes, them take a little long for announce the thing, but them never do nothing more than for count and make sure they do the process right. And they not do nothing different than what they do the last time. You understand? So when them send people go protest on the people, them and do them something, them want to get the country riled up against the election people them. They want the people them to think so the election people them are Andrew Ones in a bed and a conspire against the people, and this can lead to an insurrection. So it may come show and talk tomorrow. Me know say insurrectionists then start by undermining the electoral system. Them start by going after the people them who conduct elections. That is the beginning. Right? And when them do that now, and them have a whole country of people are look on. Yeah, some people fool enough will go there and go say, but wait, yeah man are true. Yeah man are true. And next thing you know, then go attack the people them. Right? Next thing you know, then gone up a garden house, then go up a Andrew Owen's yard. Look here, this is not something to play with, guys. It's a very serious thing. You understand? It must not be taken lightly. Right? So I'll follow up with you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. Please continue to subscribe. Silent listeners, want to subscribe and like the live. Make sure now share the content. And like I said, thank you for your support. Have yourselves a good night.